After coming back from our road trip through Tennessee and North Carolina, my wife Zayda and I realized something. We have spent days walking, exploring little towns, enjoying mountain views, and simply being outside. And somewhere along the way, we looked at each other and said, we really need to start moving again. Nothing dramatic, nothing extreme, just moving.
The Galapagos. I coined this phrase and I say it today. Hi, this is Cattle Island National Park. This is the greatest national.
For a while now, we've been saying we need to exercise more. Not train for a marathon, not spend hours at the gym, just become a little more active than we've been lately. So naturally, we thought about something we used to enjoy.
Riding our bicycles. There was a time when getting on our bikes was part of our routine. It wasn't difficult. It wasn't something we had to convince ourselves to do. It was simply part of life. And we still had both bikes sitting in the backyard. So we thought, perfect. Let's dust them off and start riding again. The next morning, I brought them into the garage. That's when reality showed up. Years of sitting outside had done exactly what years of sitting outside do. The derailleurs were still surprisingly good, but the brakes, rust everywhere. The brake levers had seen better days. The gear shifters weren't much better. The more I looked at them, the more I realized these weren't just bikes that needed air in the tires. They needed real work. I started pricing replacement parts, brakes, levers, shifters, and a few other little things. Then I started adding up something that doesn't show up on a receipt: time. By the time I finished the math, I realized we'll spend almost as much fixing these old bikes as we would buying a couple of simple new ones. Sometimes spending a little more money actually saves you something more valuable: time. So that's what we did. We ordered 2 new budget-friendly bicycles. Less than 3 hours later, they were sitting in our driveway. I don't know about you, but that still amazes me. The old bikes have served us well. They deserve one last chance with someone who wanted to bring them back to life. So I rolled them to the curb, put a little free sign on them, and before long, they had a new owner. Hopefully, they'll get more miles than they get sitting in our backyard. The following day, I installed the action camera mounts, and I took my bike out for its very first ride. Nothing exciting. I simply rode to the neighborhood mailbox to pick up our mail. It probably wasn't even a mile, but honestly, it felt really good. Sometimes the first ride isn't about distance. It's about proving to yourself that you're finally starting again. We're not trying to become athletes. We're not chasing records. We're simply trying to build better habits than the ones we've had lately. One ride, one afternoon, one small decision at a time. Because getting healthier usually doesn't happen through one huge change. It happens through dozens of ordinary choices that don't seem very important in the moment. We hope this is one of those choices. Just one small step toward becoming more active, feeling better, and taking care of the life we have been blessed with. God is good.